Hey, how you doing, Coach? It seemed like the things changed to turn in second quarter with your defense. What led to your defensive pressure changing the course of the game?
I mean, we didn't have our energy really to start the first quarter, but I thought our group really responded. We just challenged each other to pick it up. We knew going into the game plan, our defensive activity was going to be huge tonight. I thought we definitely responded. Held them to 24 versus 30. That was a turning point for us. But our guys found the energy there in the second quarter. Just really proud of our group. We knew that we had to play at our pace. So that flurry that we had in the second quarter, 35-24, kind of broke it open. Obviously, they're going to go on runs, comes down to the stretch, down the end. Really good discipline, execution. Gave up few too many threes maybe in the fourth quarter with a little bit over help. But, Steven, I know Embiid scored 35, but I think he won the game on the margins with a lot of little things he did.
I'm just kind of building on that. With the defensive activity, you had Steven Adams, he had 16 rebounds, 6 stocks, and Santi and Jaren combined for 7 blocks. Just how did those guys kind of set the tone, especially in a game where you're kind of looking for a response with better activity and better energy?
Yeah, I mean, those guys were phenomenal. 10 combined blocks, I think, between the 3 guys. We talked to them about being disciplined, have late activity, knowing that if you were over helping, he was doing a good job, kicking out to shooters, which he did, throughout the game at different spurts. But we knew that when he was going to get inside late, Milton getting downhill late, he's been playing really well, that we had to have guys come over at the rim and block shots, whether that was on Embiid or their guards. But those guys, they really executed the game plan well.
And then it seemed like last year, the BC Jaren front courts were really big strong suit for y'all. Kind of started slow this season, but it really kind of picked up tonight. Was there anything that you kind of found within those combinations that you liked with this start of the second quarter, start of the fourth quarter? So it felt like those leads were really extending with those 5 guys out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Tyus was that group, DB, D-Raw with that group. We're still finding our chemistry. BC, JJ, obviously, with Tyus. I think last year was a lot with Dez, Zaire or Jitty. So we're playing some different combinations with those 2 bigs. But, as long as those guys are being versatile, I thought they had great defensive activity at times, created some turnovers, blocks. We get out and run. BC had a great game tonight coming off the bench. 5 for 8 was a great spark. Those guys play really well off each other in the pick and roll offense. But defensively, just the versatility we have, they're starting to find that chemistry with that 5-man lineup to start the second and the fourth.
Hey, Coach, just in like Sante, even though he's going back to the bench, he's still got the same energy, the same domination. Talk about just how his development has been and how valuable he is for this game.
I mean, huge. I mean, obviously he got, great opportunity to start the season to be our starter, the learning he got defensively with matchups, game plan. I mean, compared to last year, we didn't get a whole lot of opportunity. He got thrown right into the mix, obviously adjusting his role, but he knows he's got to go out there, be an active, defender, block shots tonight, go get rebounds, be disciplined. He's getting better, one-on-one defense, help defense. And then offensively, just, I felt like he was, a little gun shy early and then started letting it fly, made 2 big shots. So offensively being aggressive, just finding the new chemistry with the different guys he's playing with compared to how he started the season. But his work ethic's been great. He's watching tons of film. He's in the gym a ton. It's going to pay off in the long run, with all the reps that he's getting right now in games too.
Taylor, 2 things on Jaren. 1, what did you think about the block at the end on Embiid? And 2, do you feel like he's starting to kind of find his rhythm a little bit more, especially offensively now that he's coming back since he's been back?
Yeah, each game he's progressively getting better. Confidence from the 3-point line. Decision making still taking a little bit of time. How defenses are guarding him. He's getting some different looks. His touch finishing around the rim will come along just with more reps, and especially against physical NBA defenses. And then defensively, he's been doing what he's doing. Has had some big rebound nights, block shot nights. His activity is huge for us defensively, and that block at the end, it was perfect execution. We talked about staying home on shooters, but if Embiid got downhill or their driver got downhill late, we need someone to come over, and we know Jaren's going to be that guy. Big time block, big time play to seal the win.
Coach in the back. You guys had 5 Grizzlies score in double digits tonight. Ja had 20 in the first half, but they largely kind of held him in check, especially in that third quarter. What did you think about the way your team was able to score collectively outside of Ja Morant's offense, even though he was, facilitating for other people as well?
Yeah, I mean, just great depth showed out. Different guys have opportunities to make an impact, especially offensively. Ja, was great in the first half. I thought he got tons of great looks. He kept getting to his spots, just they weren't falling tonight. I thought the ball movement was great. I thought BC had a great second half. GD, knocking down 2 big shots in the second half was huge. JJ with good minutes. So I think overall you just need contributions up and down the roster for 48 minutes. I felt we could have had more assists if we had just made a couple more shots, but love the pace, love the ball movement, different guys stepping up. When you get that contribution, it's going to be good for the Grizzlies. Great. Thanks, everyone.